With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
You reach down, you flip the tortoise over on its back, Leon.
Do you make up these questions, Mr. Holden? Or do they write them down for you?
The tortoise lays on its back, its belly baking in the hot sun, beating its legs, trying to turn itself over, but it can't. Not without your help. But you're not helping.
What do you mean I'm not helping?
I mean you're not helping. Why is that, Leon? They're just questions, Leon. In answer to your query, they're written down for me. It's a test designed to provoke an emotional response. Shall we continue? Describe in single words only the good things that come into your mind. About your mother?
Welcome to Back to the Frame Rate, part of the Weston Media Podcast Network, a weekly podcast discussing movie news, reviews, and recommendations. We just heard a clip from 1981's Blade Runner, a tie-in to this week's theme of Artificial Intelligence Uprisings. We'll be offering up some more movie recommendations from this genre later on. I am Nathan Schur, and with me, as always, are Sam Cole and Ellie Escobar.
Hello.
Hello.
It's good to have both of you back this week. I think we have another amazing jam-packed show. Episode 6. Which one in the Star Trek
that would be
franchise would that be at?
That'd be 1991 Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country, directed by Nicholas Meyer. Very good film, shot, I believe, in Super 35 millimeter, if I'm not mistaken. I think, yeah. It's a good movie.
I think it's an even numbered one from the original cast, so it's a good one.
So it's a very good one, yeah.
Yes.
Though 3 is good as well. 3 is not bad. That's the only one that doesn't fit the, all odd numbers suck. For the most part, they do. 3 is has some problems, but it's pretty good.
I need to revisit Search for Spock. It's a little problematic, but I don't think it gets a little bit of a bad rap.
I hear that.
This week we're going to be reviewing M3GAN, or M3GAN, I like to call it. This came out in January, but it hit the streamers or VOD. Actually, it's on Peacock Premium, which is funny because all week, I think last week I was complaining that I wasn't able to watch this, but apparently I have a Peacock Premium account. I didn't even know it.
Oh,
so I got to watch it at no cost at all. And so yay me. But before we get to that, let's catch up with what everyone has been doing and watching over the past week. Who would like to go first?
Sam.
Okay, I will take that honor. I had a decent week. I got a lot of productive errands done in terms of planning, for the rest of the spring, or the upcoming spring, I should say. But in terms of films or media that I viewed this week, I did see Oliver Stone's JFK again. A great film that truly does have a kinetic energy to it. And regardless of the validity of all the conspiracies that the film both explores and introduces, excuse me, watching the movie, it does feel like you're immersed in a labyrinthian web of Black Ops conspiracy. So I enjoy it. It's a very good film. And
Yes.
it was good to see again. I love like UFOs and what's out there, aliens and stuff like that. I believe it was on HBO. I saw a documentary called Missing 411: The UFO Connection. It's pretty new. It came out in 2022. Directed by a guy named David Paulides, and he basically is a police investigator, and he uses his like investigative skills on a couple of mysterious disappearances of people in rural areas that are connected. So it was good. I love that stuff because I want to believe. And lastly, I saw Roadhouse again. I know Jake Gyllenhaal is doing a remake, but I bumped into Roadhouse on HBO. A ridiculous, entertaining, strange. I've always liked it, but it's a bizarre movie. The lizard brain in me likes that movie.
It's got some great mullets in that film.
It does. Yeah. Yes. But that's me. That's my
Fantastic. There's a nice cross section of Americana there. Ellie, how about you? What have you been up to? What have you been watching?
Been up to this weekend was pretty busy. Just had to prepare for 4 different auditions, and that's a blessing because auditions don't come always. But I watched Creed 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, cool. A lot of people watched Creed 3 this weekend. Big box office. Yeah.
Tops of the box office, yes.
And I had to watch 1 and 2 because I hadn't really watched those, and I didn't want to go to see Creed 3 and not understand the story. And then all I have to say is after watching Creed, I came home and I just wanted to work out like hardcore and do boxing again. I used to do boxing before, but I stopped. And so,
I think a great double feature would be Creed and The Whale. Would you just want to work out and just eat?
No.
Did you just want to keep on eating after you saw The Whale?
I did. Okay. Yes. Because
or just the whale watches Creed work out while he eats, and that's the movie. It's just that for like an hour and a half. One camera angle too, a lockdown tripod shot. That's it.
Don't you guys? Okay, here's a question for you guys. Don't you guys get something when you see a movie? Don't you like want to like? Doesn't a movie make you want to like do something like that? Like for example, if I watch a movie about running, I'm gonna want to go running. If I watch a movie about going to the ocean, I'm gonna want to go to the ocean. It just triggers.
It depends on if it's a positive portrayal of these things or not. Like,
I mean, I'm not gonna go kill people if I see serial killers.
When I watch Black Hawk Down, I'm like, damn it! I wish I was in Mogadishu right now. Damn it! I wish I was there. You know. No, but I know what you mean, Ellie. Like, if movies can inspire, like, I'm totally right.
Like, I actually today I worked out to the music of Creed. But I wasn't motivated. It was, I almost didn't feel motivated to work out tonight, and I kept telling myself, I have a headache, right? And then I got on the mat, got the weights, and I'm like, put Creed's music on. And boy, did it all go away. And I was just like, pumping iron, I only do 10 to 15 pounds. That's all.
Well, can you, tell me, what did you think of Creed 3? Because,
all right. So, you know what? Watching 1 and 2, I liked 1. I really liked 2. And I really love 3. And I think it's because, the thing about Creed 3 is very emotional. It's very, what's his name? Jonathan Majors?
Kang?
Yeah. Something about that.
It's one of his variants. I'd like to think that in Creed 3, where he's playing Jonathan Majors, it's just a variant of Kang.
No, don't even do that. That's horrible. Okay. No.
That's what Creed 4 is about. He just like reveals himself, and like the whole boxing ring just apparates into this like portal to like, and it ties into Ant-Man in some ridiculous
Yeah,
like.
you wish.
It opens up a portal to like the quantum realm. Yeah.
You guys wish. Yeah, no, you guys are too much into like superpower people.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hijack your. Okay, go ahead.
I love the superhero movies. I do, but to me, movies like Creed are more realistic, and I love movies like that are more realistic, where there's a hero and there's a villain, and obviously, Michael is the hero in the film, and then Jonathan is the villain. But I can't help but to feel bad for and I forget his name in the movie, for Jonathan in the movie, because he had to take the. Can I say it? I mean, he had to go to jail for something wasn't even his fault. And he ended up going to jail for so many years. But there's a part, and I was telling this to my kid. I said, Jonathan makes me feel, just looking at his eyes, he's such a great actor. I'm sorry, he's such a great actor. Michael is great, but Jonathan is greater. And just looking at his eyes, I could feel his pain. That pain, that hurt, and he wants to box and win, and he wants to seek revenge, and he really hates what happened to him and how his friend just kind of abandoned him. But at the same time, you can sense the love that he has for Michael, and I feel he's torn, and I can feel that. And if any actor that can make me feel those kind of emotions, to me, is a great actor. And as much as I love Michael in the movie, I love Jonathan more. It's just, oh my God, this man is okay. It's ridiculously strong. Oh my God, I can't even conceive of. There's a part in the workout that he does to train for the fight, where he's working out outside, and it's just, he's like one of those people, one of those superhumans, I feel, and it's just a really great movie. It was a great film. I really enjoyed it. I felt that I spent my money wisely watching this film, as opposed to when I went to see Shyamalan's film, where I felt like flat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love boxing, which means that when Jay comes out with his UFC movie, I'm gonna go see it too.
Great. So that's a good endorsement for Creed 3. I am looking forward to it. All right. Anything else? Ellie?
I had dinner.
All right. What'd you have for dinner?
I eat a lot of plant-based meals. I don't like animal food. And so I made stir fry tofu.
Okay.
I wish that you told me that you didn't like animal food, because I literally just sent an elk to your house, a dead one. Because I was like, "That's great. You're part of the podcast. I want to be a welcoming community. I'm going to send Ellie an elk." A dead elk
we're gonna have
on a flatbed truck, and I'm so sorry. I apologize.
Ellie, we need to talk about last night's episode of The Last of Us.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, Nathan. I was just gonna say that, dude. What the heck, dude? That girl is such a great little actress. She's amazing. And yes, when I saw the part of the bodies with no head.
Hey, that human flesh. I know you don't eat meat, but that human flesh, that looked nice and red and juicy. And...
when I saw it, I legit, I felt this thing coming up my throat, like, when you vomit. Yeah. So, yeah. But what an episode I keep saying the two of us. It's The Last of Us.
Just the two of us. I laughed when you texted me last night. I gotta get to watch the two of us. Like, what is she talking about? And it took me 3 hours to figure out. And we're looking at your message, like, oh, she means The Last of Us, and she's gonna watch. Like, what?
That's Ellie for you. I mean, I'm the one that says, English expressions like to kill a bird with two stones. Is that the
Yep,
expression?
yeah, kill a bird with two stones. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Is
always
that
like varying it up and making it a little weird. So it's like I'm gonna kill a hawk with a boulder, or no, kill a hawk with one boulder. No, I
but
meant that. Never mind.
did
Yeah,
I say the expression right?
you did. You killing
Kill
killing
bird
two
with
birds
two
with
stone?
one stone. Kill two birds with one
Kill
stone. That's it. Yeah.
Wait. No,
or
you got
kill
it
one
wrong.
stone with two birds.
No, it's you're killing two birds with one stone because you're like doing two things at once, and
Yeah,
like
so you're not killing
you're
a bird.
multitasking. Yeah,
So you're not killing a bird with
Yeah.
two stones. You're killing two birds with one stone. That's the
Ex-
expression, right?
exactly.
You're just
yeah.
a murderer, Ellie. You're just a murderer. all
Either
right?
that or squirrels. Squirrels are okay too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's that.
All right. Well, I actually, again, I had didn't do a lot last week, but I did watch a lot. And Sam, I'm very impressed with your efficiency and what you share that you watch, and I want to learn from your how you deliver it. But I don't know if I can. I did watch. I'm continuing my journey, catching up with the Scream series.
Oh, that's right. I meant to do that. That's when you said that last week. I was like, I got to watch those movies, and that reminded me. Thank you. Continue. Sorry.
I watched Scream 3 and 4 in the last week. And what I will say is Scream 3 is an absolute, it's kind of a mess.
We had discussed it a little bit last week. Like, was it better than you remembered, worse, or the same?
No, it's worse. And it's just trying way too hard to be edgy and funny. And I've seen this probably now 3 or 4 times. And it's probably been about 15, 18 years since I've last seen it. But I think I'm good for the rest of my life with this submission, with this one. The whole film, as if you recall, is set against the backdrop of a Hollywood studio. And I think I've reached peak Hollywood commentary in this time of my life. I've lost patience for this kind of film. Although I will say it's got a really fun performance from Parker Posey in this, where she's playing the actress, Gale Weathers actress in it, where Courtney Cox is playing Gale Weathers, but Parker Posey is playing the Gale Weathers in the movie within the movie.
Right, I vaguely remember that.
Her performance is kind of grating, but it's actually kind of fun with her scenes with Courtney Cox in it. But for the most part, it's a completely forgettable film for me. I didn't think that the reveal of the killer, and I completely forgot how these movies end because it just did not leave a big impression on me. I completely forgot who the killer was, and then I realized who it was. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's not that good. So
I remember wanting to like the Hollywood backdrop more than I did, but I just remember Scream 3, the setting and the murders and the chases being more bland than Scream 2 was visually cooler, I thought. Scream 2 actually had scares in it. Yeah.
Yeah. So Scream 4. Now, I did watch this soon after, not in the theater, but when it was probably came to, I think, Netflix DVD. I remember I probably got it when it was available. And I think this franchise needed that break. It was like 11 years later, I believe, in 2011. This film actually has some cool, fresh ideas. And there's some clever stuff in this one. This was the fourth. So by the fourth film, Neve Campbell, I think she really has matured as an actress by this time. This was by far my favorite turn for her as Sidney Prescott in any of the movies I've seen. I haven't seen the fifth one yet. So I'm actually now, after seeing Scream 4, I'm really interested in seeing the fifth one now. And this goes for all the main actors, Courtney Cox and David Arquette. They deliver very kind of muted, mature performances in this fourth installment. So, yeah, I really like this. And I completely forgot who the killer was in this fourth one. So it really was a nice, fun reveal in this. What's kind of interesting about this is that I remember the third movie was about trilogies, and the fourth movie is supposedly about remakes or reboots.
Right.
And that's not really what this movie is. It's really just another continuation or a legacy sequel, I guess is maybe what the terminology is for these movies now. So
I look forward to it because I haven't seen
Yeah.
4 or 5 yet. Like, and I like being a completionist. I want to see it so I can enjoy
Yeah.
6. And I'll have a bunch of Blu-rays. Like, I love Jurassic Park, and there's a whole bunch. There's like several more Jurassic films. They are not all created equal, but I like owning all of them for completionism. I just like to have the whole, like, I have Smokey and the Bandit 1 and 2 and 3, and 3 is the worst movie ever made. But for completionism, because it's a Smokey and the Bandit sequel, it's there. It's a terrible movie, but completionism. So I'm all about 4 and 5. I got to see it.
You guys,
Scream 3 and 4?
I'm not a fan of Scream. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's definitely not for everybody. Yeah. So Scream 3 and 4 are streaming on Paramount Plus, Pluto TV, Hoopla, and of course on VOD. So what I just want to touch on a few other things, so I don't want to spend too much time on what I've been watching the last couple of weeks. A couple of nights ago, me and the wife were flipping through things to watch.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hey guys, it is Ryan. I'm not sure if you know this about me, but I'm a bit of a fun fanatic when I can. I like to work, but I like fun too. It's a thing. And now the truth is out there. I can tell you about my favorite place to have fun. Chumba Casino. They have hundreds of social casino style games to choose from with new games released each week. You can play for free anytime, anywhere. And each day brings a new chance to collect daily bonuses. So join me in the fun. Sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18 plus.
We settled on a 2014 movie called This Is Where I Leave You, which is a comedy from director Sean Levy. And Sean Levy, as you might know, has gone on to direct Free Guy and what was the other one from that he did like this last year as well with Ryan Reynolds. I'm blanking on it as well, where it's that science fiction
Deadpool?
time travel movie. No. Where he kind of is from the past and he meets his younger version of himself, and I'm blanking on it right now. Anyways, I thought this was it's an ensemble comedy, and I thought it was pretty good. It's about a family that comes together to grieve their father that has passed away. It's got this amazing cast in it with Jason Bateman, Tina Fey, Jane Fonda, Adam Driver, Rose Byrne, Corey Stoll, Catherine Hahn, and Timothy Olyphant. The matriarch of the family, played by Jane Fonda, makes her children all come together in Sit Shiva, which is a tradition in the Jewish religion where the family gathers for 7 days to mourn the loss of a family member. I just thought this was a really funny and touching at times film, and it's streaming on Netflix. So it's nothing original. I just thought it was, my family's Jewish, and I've gone through this tradition before, and it just kind of it tickled my funny bone. So that's all I'll say about that. Good. I also have been hate watching Cobra Kai season 4, and I'm not recommending this, but because I'm deep in Cobra Kai, I figure I just got to get through it. And guys, people listening to this show is not good anymore. I don't know if it was ever good. I liked the first couple seasons of it, but it's been diminishing returns. The show is just getting really stupid.
I loved that show, I absolutely love it, but I am not caught. Like, I believe I got to the end of season 3, which was highly entertaining. I don't think I'm caught up on 4 yet.
Stop there.
Is 5 right. Is 5 out yet? Is 5 the last season, or like where is it?
I think they're stopping after 5, and I don't believe I am 5 episodes into season 4, and I'm just like, it's become the type of show where I'm just kind of putting it in the background where I'm working. right now because is not worth my full concentration anymore. And now it's just like I'm watching it just so I can check it off. Like, all right, got to finish this. And it's really light watching. It's drivel, but I don't know why I feel obligated when you're 4 seasons into something and you're so close to finishing a series. I feel like I got to finish it. And I'm a completist.
And
I'm a completist.
That show is so entertaining. I'll be interesting to see.
It was.
I've enjoyed it, but I am behind in it. So yeah.
Yeah, it's diminishing returns. The last thing I will say, I'm not going to say much about it because I'm in a still processing moment of it. I played hooky for part of the day today, and I did go to the theater, and I could have probably seen a very good movie like Creed 3, as Ellie's already explained, but I didn't because there was a 2:45 showing of Cocaine Bear.
Oh my God, you saw Cocaine Bear. Oh my God.
I can't wait to see that. I'm definitely going to see that this week.
And it is everything I wanted. I'll tell you this. I had the biggest shit-eating grin on my face the entire hour and 38-minute runtime of this movie. It is everything that you think it is, and that you expected from this movie. Now, it is not high art, of course, and everything that you saw in the trailer is this movie pretty much. It doesn't have many surprises. They give away a lot of the kills that are in this movie. It's a lot of the good stuff is in the trailer. A lot of the jokes are in the trailer, and this movie has a lot of problems. The third act is not, I would say, the strength of this film, but there are some great set pieces in this film. The bear is amazing. It looks awesome. And what I would only say about this movie is that I wish it was a little funnier. You would think that it would be like a ragtag group of character misfits and these oddball characters, and it does a pretty good job. I liked it a lot. I didn't love it, but it was the best time I've had in a theater all year so far. So that's all I'll say about it. But yes,
that's awesome. I can't wait to see it. Like, I'm definitely going to watch it this week in the theater.
Is it a real bear though?
No. And they really did not give. But what's so great is it takes place in the 80s, and it's obviously a commentary on a backlash to like 80s era, like the Reagan era, like just say no to drugs and cocaine. It is a big like FU to that whole like campaign, and it is hysterical for that alone.
I can't wait.
So yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to see it in a theater, but you could.
Yeah, I definitely will, because I'm like very close to this place called the Fall River Picture Show, and it's such a great theater with like, you know, recliner seats. I'm going to go there, watch an afternoon show of Cocaine Bear, and I know I'm so glad you enjoyed it, because I was hoping it would be entertaining like that, and I just know I'm probably going to feel the exact same way.
Yeah. And it's last performance for Ray Liotta in it, who kind of delivers what you'd want. A nice unhinged Ray Liotta, which is always fun.
Yes.
So yeah, it's but yeah, I'm not gonna say anything more because Sam, I know you're gonna see it, so we'll talk more later on about it. It sounds like, yeah. So that's what I've been watching, and that went on a long time, more than I wanted it to, but that's that. So I just had so much to tell.
I am very, very, very happy to be here at the Academy Awards 25th Annual Award Show. This is Hollywood's most exciting giveaway show. And I want to thank all the wrestlers for relinquishing their time so we can give these awards. Just showed you there's nothing that one group of actors won't do for another.
Hey, on Sunday, it's the Oscars, And first of all, before we get to what we're going to be doing, which is a fun little Oscar game, I want to ask you: is anybody trying to squeeze in any watching any films before the Oscars this Sunday? In any movies you're trying to get to?
I'm actually gonna watch the Fablemans.
Oh
The
yes,
Fablemans.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
movie-
I
Stephen
wanna
Spielberg
squeeze it in
masterpiece.
this week before the Oscars come.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and that's the only one. I've seen all the others, except for the other one with Kate Blanchett.
Tar.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't know. I'm not. It's not that I don't like it. I don't know. I don't know. I shouldn't judge it yet. I've not seen it, but I don't know. I love Kate. She's one of my favorite actresses. So yeah, we'll see.
Okay. Yep.
Is that
I think
nominated? I'm sorry. Was that even nominated?
Which one? Tar.
Tar.
What? Oh yeah, that was Best
right.
Picture and Kate Blanchett for Best Actress.
Yeah.
I finally did catch up on my 10th Best Picture nomination. I did watch Women Talking. I didn't mention that in this thing because we were going long, but I finally got to see all. I finally did get to see all the Best Picture nominations. I'm going to try to get to was it Living, the one that Bill Nighy is nominated for somehow before Sunday, and Pinocchio, which is streaming on Netflix. I want to see that. I'm going to try to get to one of those two because I didn't get to see a lot of the animated movies.
I saw Pinocchio. Oh my god!
Yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah,
Which
I'm going to try to do
Pinocchio?
one of those.
Which one?
The Guillermo del Toro.
Oh yes, right. I heard really good things about that one. Yeah.
That's yeah. So we'll see. I'm going to try to get to one of those two before Sunday. So yeah, the Oscars this Sunday night. I think it's at 8:00 Eastern time, I believe. But yeah. So anyway, since we're talking about the Oscars, the reason why I brought that up is because we're going to do a fun little game. We're going to try to do this kind of quick, where we're going to do our Oscar picks, rapid fire, and we're all going to do our picks for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actor, and Best Supporting Actress, and whoever gets the most amount of picks wins this game. And we decided before we went on the air that the winner can assign to the other two co-hosts a movie.
Yep.
Has to be a movie under no more than 3 hours long. I don't think that should be a problem. But so we're not going to assign a series or something. Some crazy length movie that we have to watch sometime within the next month or two. And will we use our power for good or evil will be the question. Because maybe we want to, have something special in our hearts that we really want to share with our friends here. Or maybe we want to assign the worst movie of all time to torture each other. We'll see. We'll find out. But let's do this. We're learning a lot about each other here. All right, we're gonna start with actor in a supporting role. The names we have Brendan Gleeson, Banshees of Inisherin, Brian Tyree Henry, Causeway, Judd Hirsch, The Fablemans, Barry Cogan, The Banshees of Inisherin, Ki Hoi Kwan, Everything Everywhere All at Once. So, Sam, which do you pick?
I have many opinions, but I will pick.
Save the opinions.
Yeah. I hear that. But I would say I will definitely pick Kiwi Kwan, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I'm sorry, which category? Which category are we doing?
Best supporting actor.
Best supporting actor. Ooh. Barry.
All right. And I am going to go with Ki Hoi Kwan as well. Because I think
Although I do want Ki Hoi Kwan to win it because he's like Goonies, man.
Mm-hmm.
What? I'm going to go with Ki Hoi Kwan.
All right. You're changing your vote?
Yes, I am.
You are.
Did I say it right? Ki Hoi Kwan?
Yes. Okay. So, actress in a supporting role. Angela Bassett, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Hung Chow, right? Is that how you say it?
Hung Chow.
The Whale.
Hung Chow.
Sorry. The Whale. Carrie Condon, Banshees of Inisherin, Jamie Lee Curtis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Stephanie Sue. Sue? Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Hung Chow.
Hung Chow.
I mean, Stephanie did a great job too, but
I would say Angela Bassett in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
yeah. I want Honsha to win it, but probably Angela will win it only because she's Angela. And she did a great job.
That is my official vote.
So we're all going with different directions on this. I actually want Hong Shu to win, but I am going to go with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Really?
I am.
Okay, you know what? I see why you're doing that. No, I can change my vote, right?
You can change your vote, but
shut up, Sam.
Every time you change a vote, you owe the IRS $200. So changing votes, no possible. I'm
gonna stay true to Honshu.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like Hong Shu to win. I loved her in that film, but okay.
She did a great job.
Let's go to actress in a leading role. Kate Blanchett, Tar, Ana de Armas, Blonde, Andrea Riseborough to Leslie, Michelle Williams, The Fablemans, Michelle Yeoh, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Sam.
I would say Michelle Yeoh, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Michelle Yeoh for me too.
Shout out to Michelle Williams and The Fablemans, which is incredible.
Yeah, she's really great too. I haven't seen it yet, but I think I like Michelle.
I will also do Michelle Yeoh. I think I will also do Michelle Yeoh. Okay. Yes. All right. Actor in a leading role. Austin Butler, Elvis, Colin Farrell, Banshees of Inisherin, Brandon Fraser, The Whale, Paul Mescal, Aftersun, Bill Nighy, Living. Ellie, you go first.
God, I love Colin in this movie and I love Brandon. So I'm torn. I'm going to go with Brandon.
I will cast my vote for Colin Farrell.
And my heart goes with Brandon on this, but I don't know.
I know Colin did such a great. I wasn't a fan of Colin until I saw the Banshees, and I was like,
the reason why. And again, wasn't encouraging us to get into the reasoning for this, but Colin Farrell turned in 2 amazing performances last year. I don't know if anyone else saw After Yang last year, but it was, I'd say, almost an equally amazing performance in that. And I feel like that is also, he's almost getting 2 votes for that performance because it was an incredible, very different performance. Up to this point, I was going to go with Brandon Fraser, and I want to see his acceptance speech so badly, but I'm going to go with Colin Farrell.
That would be funny, and I have not seen The Whale, and I really want to see it, but it would be funny because I do love Brendan Fraser. If he got up and you were expecting a great acceptance speech, and all he said was, "I hate mummies."
Yeah, but I think the other thing is that I think the prosthetics is going to hurt him a little bit, and you're seeing. I wasn't going to get into reasoning, but I feel like
it's like with the prosthetics. It's like when Paul Rubens played the main gremlin in Gremlins. It was him in his suit, but it looked. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think I know I'm torn between Brandon and Colin. I love Brandon because he just made me feel his pain of being so lonely and people being so unkind to him. But then Colin Farrell and the Banshees, oh my God, he brought me to this world of being a little child because in this movie, Colin is so innocent. He's a man, but with childlike feet. Like there's a child in him that hasn't outgrown him, and that part is what really I connected with that because I'm a grown-up woman with with the mind of a child.
What's your pick, Ellie?
Oh, this is killing me.
What's your pick, Ellie?
Can I pick two?
No.
I'm gonna go with Colin then.
So let's do next category is best directing. The Kwans, Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Steven Spielberg, The Fabelmans. Todd Field for Tar, and Ruben Ostlund for Triangle of Sadness. Am I missing one here?
Yeah.
I think so.
Martin McDonough from Banshees of Inisherin. I would vote for Steven Spielberg, The Fabelmans. So many good films, so many good directors. Like just impossible.
Did you see The Fabelmans?
I did. I loved it. Yeah.
See, that's not fair because I haven't seen it yet. But I'm pretty sure he's gonna win it because it's Steven Spielberg.
I don't know. I wouldn't be so sure. I don't know. I think Daniel Kwan could win it, and I also think I would say that the top three would be The Fabelmans, Everything Everywhere at Once, and the Banshees of Inisherin. Martin McDonough. I mean, it's a tough one.
The Daniels might win it.
Yeah, they could. They really.
I have a hard time. The thing is, though. Well, I'll say after Ellie picks.
I did already.
What did you pick?
Martin.
The director?
Martin
McDonough. Okay. I'm leaning towards Spielberg, but I just don't think The Fabelmans are going to win Best Picture, and I don't think it's going to win a screenwriting award, and I don't think they're going to win any acting awards. So I just don't see it only winning Best Director.
It could happen, though.
I know what you mean.
But that would be.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
This is where projects come to life. Our showrooms are designed to inspire with the latest products from top brands, curated in an inviting, hands-on environment, and a team of industry experts to support your project. We'll be there to make sure everything goes as planned, from product selection to delivery coordination. At Ferguson Bath, Kitchen, and Lighting Gallery, your project is our priority.
Schedule your showroom consultation and see more from brands like Monogram at build.com/Ferguson.
That would be so rare for it to just take home a Best Director award and nothing else.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else is going to win. And I'd be surprised if it won something else compared to, unless it wins Best Original Screenplay, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I don't know. So, but that would be the category I think it could win is Best Director, because I think Spielberg could win it for this one.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine Everything Everywhere All at Once or Banshees sweeping everything. That's the thing. But I don't know.
That's the thing.
I am going to go
interesting match. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but directing, I'm still going to go with the Kwans, because I think that was just such a crazy movie, and the way that I've listened to podcasts about how they structured that film and what they had to do to plan that out. And I know the Academy probably doesn't care necessarily, but I'm mesmerized in how they had to structure that film and put it together. So I'm going to go with that. So I'm going to do that. Okay. Next thing is our last category, and that will be Best Picture. And this is the long list here. We've got All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water. I'm just going to write you in for this one, Sam. Banshees of Inisherin, Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fablemans, Top Gun Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, and Women Talking. Sam, what do you got?
Okay, so I've been playing this game the whole time with the angle of trying to win. So I've been picking the movies I think will win Best Picture. I mean, the best of each category. I'm gonna say here, man, this is tough. It is so unpredictable. I'm gonna say, Best Picture, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Ellie.
The Banshees.
And I think I will also do Everything Everywhere All at Once. Okay. The lines have been drawn in the sand.
And I love the Banshees of Inisherin, too. It's a tough one, yeah.
So we'll see. All right. Are we happy with just those 6 categories? I don't think we need to go deeper than that for now.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
I would
we're
add
good.
visual
All right.
effects, Avatar, Way of Water, visual effects. That's
All right. We're going to leave it at that. All right. Let's move on. We've sealed it in an envelope, and hopefully the wrong envelope does not get opened on next Monday night. All right. It is time for our featured review of M3GAN.
Katie, you lost your parents. Welcome home. You're my niece. I'm going to do everything I can to make this place feel like home.
Just wish I could see them again.
I'm not equipped to handle this. I don't even take care of my own plants. I have this project at work. Do you want to see?
Yes.
Ever since I was little, I dreamed of this perfect toy that would protect a kid from ever feeling lonely or sad. This is M3GAN.
Hi, M3GAN. I'm Katie. It's nice to meet you, Katie. Do you want to hang out?
All right. That was a clip from the trailer of M3GAN, the new film directed by Gerard Johnson, written by Akilah Cooper. It's actually a story from James Wan. I guess it's apparently when he wrote Annabelle, because that was one of his films from about 10 years ago about a demonic doll. This isn't that far from that idea. But let's get into this. Which of you would like to kind of open up first with your general thoughts on this film?
I'll say that I enjoyed it a lot because I enjoyed the tone of the movie. It was very, funny and kind of cynical. And I enjoyed it because it was, horror, but it was kind of comedy horror. And it had a tonality that reminded me a little bit of like Child's Play or Gremlins, a bit of that kind of wacky off the wall tone. I would say that if someone was looking for a frightening movie about, an evil artificial intelligence doll that was truly, truly terrifying, I don't think this movie is particularly, scary in the way that like The Conjuring or the 2020's The Invisible Man was just terrifying. But in terms of being a lot of fun, horror / comedy, cynical tone, I did enjoy it. I mean, I was like laughing, and I found some parts genuinely creepy. I had a fun time with this movie. Like, I was highly entertained throughout. So I personally enjoyed it for sure.
Ellie.
I liked it. I wasn't like thrilled about it, but I liked it's like Sam says, it was entertaining to watch at home. I wouldn't pay money to go to the movies and watch this thing, but definitely it had its moments. Again, I also laughed at certain moments in the film. The scary part for me is that, that this movie can, if we relate it to real life, a lot of parents let their children just hang out with their iPads in the internet because their parents are busy doing other things. And there's a part in there. Oh, we're not doing spoilers yet, right? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, we haven't got the spoilers yet.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll
So I thought it was entertaining. It was entertaining. It was just, it was funny. I didn't get scared.
No, there was nothing inherently scary about this.
It's fun. It's like fun, scary, like Gremlins, fun, scary, but not scary, but like
it's like that. It's like a scary, like in like a matinee, 80s matinee type.
Yeah, like
you've
seen that trilogy of terror. Have you any of you seen trilogy of terror? Oh my goodness, trilogy of terror. There's the last episode of that trilogy. It's about this statue, African statue. Is sort of like a native African statue that comes alive, and you follows around the lady in the apartment and is trying to kill her with a knife. Wow. And I thought that was kind of scary, but and it's kind of like the same thing. Instead of going around the house trying to kill the girl.
Yeah, exactly. I liked the topical nature of the movie of like AI being a problem and like kids and technology. It had a very cynical kind of like Joe Dante vibe movie to it that and this doesn't give anything away, but it opens on like a commercial of like, children's products. And I was not expecting the movie to open like that. And I was just like, I mean, it was
those little toys were so creepy. Those teeth that those things had.
They were awful.
But that was
those things. It's like a gremlin.
That was the scariest. Those were the scariest things in the movie.
I don't know. The boss was more scary to me.
I worked at a game testing company, and I could kind of relate a little bit to. I had bosses like that. He kind of reminded me of that.
It's like, no, like what? He was mean.
Yeah,
he was just evil.
I loved when he screamed out, "Somebody get me a kombucha," because that was just like that was so like a California I feel like I know that guy.
That's the thing. That's what I like. Like the movie was like felt like it was taking pot shots at like culture and like corporate culture. Like that's why I liked it so much because it was like cynical. It almost it was the tone of it was more fun than I thought it was. I thought it was just going to be straight up horror. I didn't realize it was kind of tongue in cheek.
Well, it was a dark comedy is what I classify as. So, I mean, what I'll say about it, I did have a lot of fun with this. I thought the trailers, pretty much revealed everything I knew that this movie was going to be. There weren't a lot of surprises, I thought, in this film. A lot of the kills, I think, were already foreshadowed in the trailer, which this is one of those films where I wish I didn't see the trailer. Because I think I would have had a lot more fun.
Because some of those kills were genuinely creepy too. There was some good
I didn't see the trailer. So some of the kills I was like, what the
Well, I don't know how you avoid the trailers, Ellie, because the trailers for this were everywhere.
I didn't see it
for a while. I don't know. You're living under a rock then. I know. Well, anyways, I thought the performances by the human cast were kind of
meh,
cookie cutter. I mean, like, I don't know. I thought they were, meh is how I put it. Kind of paint by numbers. The exception, though, I thought was the opening scene, which gave me a lot of hope for this. I really loved the scene where Katie is with her parents in the car, and I really love the setup for this.
Yeah.
And I'm not spoiling anything here because this is the premise of the film where Katie loses her parents, and this is in the trailer, so that's why I didn't know you didn't know this, Ellie. But like that's the whole premise of the movie. Katie loses her parents; she's given this doll by her aunt, and I love how this movie is set up where they're driving along, you're in this snowstorm. And I love how the parents are kind of like arguing and fighting, like, just pull over, wait out the storm. The thing is, it subverts my expectations because you've seen this played out in so many movies where like, oh, they're driving the snowstorm. The father's going to be stubborn and he's going to get into a car accident. And he does the logical thing and like, all right, the weather's bad. I'm going to pull over and wait this out. And then they pay for it, which I didn't expect that. And I loved that.
And I felt like I expected that. I did.
Well, I kind of expected it, but I like the fact that they actually did something that I didn't expect to happen. where like I expected they were going to run off the road because they're just being stupid, but they actually
reacted smartly. They weren't like cliche dumb couple that's like, I'm just going to keep driving. I don't need a map. I'll find it.
Exactly. So I really did enjoy that. Anyways, well, let me just continue.
I know what you mean though about the performances. Like the acting was good. It was solid, but something about the screenplay or the performances, it was fun and it was good, but it wasn't like all it could be. You know what I mean? Like it was almost, to me, it's not.
It was bad dialogue. I'm sorry. It's just dialogue was just, I couldn't connect to it, I like the actions of the film.
This film has a very candy-coated veneer surrounding it. I thought the film, underneath all that though, there is kind of an important message that, it is trying to get across, and there's the quote, the line of dialogue that I forget who says it. And I actually wrote it down here, like, with M3GAN around, she'll take care of the little things, so you'll take care of the things that matter. And I think that's what's obvious for those of us that have children understand is that it is the little things that do matter. Being there for our children for those teaching moments, reading them stories at night, tucking them in at night is what's important. And Allison Williams plays Gemma in this, Katie's aunt, who seems to have absolutely no clue how to raise a child to an astonishing degree. They created a character that is just not she has less humanity than M3GAN, which is the irony of this film.
That's what I mean about the weird, like to me, it seemed more like a script thing, but it's like I can understand her like not quite knowing how to raise a kid, but it's almost like she was so aloof with like basic stuff. It's like, just like, it's like she didn't, I mean, and I got that because she had to have an arc where she like warms up to the kid and like, but it was a little, wooden or something.
Yeah, and her pursuit of career objectives and willingness to make her niece like this guinea pig for her own career goals is really disgusting, and I hated her for that. And maybe this is because I am a parent, and I never could relate to her. So I had a hard time with Allison Williams' character. What I did like still about this movie, I thought the M3GAN character, the puppeteering was phenomenal. How they got some of the most subdued, subtle facial expressions out of that M3GAN doll. They didn't go over the top. We all remember like Child's Play when like Chucky goes complete like demon mode. We got like the crazy eyebrows and stuff like that. I love the fact that everything that M3GAN does, it's kept within the physics of reality. And I really loved that about this. Everything felt authentic about this. Like if this M3GAN doll did just completely fly off the handle, that everything that she does felt like this robot could do.
Yeah, exactly. That was set up well.
And I liked that about this film. Like Chucky was a possessed doll, but still it is just foam and plastic, at the same time, even though it is possessed. I still have issues with that. Like I feel like I could still take Chucky and like tear it apart. This was still a 4-foot doll that has weight to it, and I really did like that. And I love the performance. There was an actress, I forget her name offhand. I wrote it somewhere. Amy Donald does all of her own stunt work for a lot of the scenes that M3GAN is walking around and moving around, which I think she did phenomenal in this. And between that coupled with the puppetry for M3GAN was some of the best I've seen for something like this. So I applaud the movie for that aspect of it. It really did a fantastic job. And in all the scenes where M3GAN's not moving, where she is just kind of, just sitting there in the dark with just the slightest little eye movement or eye twitch, is very chilling and is very effective. So I think they did just a great job creating the character of M3GAN. And that's obviously the best part of the movie. All right. Unless we have anything else to say about it, we can move on to spoilers.
Let's move to spoilers. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it right now.
I would say my favorite scene in the movie, probably that I thought was unexpected. I just thought it was like brilliant. Was when they were using the daughter as the the guinea pig for for her to interact with Megan behind the glass for all the corporate people to see, and they wanted her to perform, and all of a sudden she started crying because she's missing her mother. And not only did Megan console her, but Megan started singing in like a Disney kind of like fairy tale song. I clapped at the screen at that moment because I thought it was hilarious, and and I loved how all the executives were getting like emotional because I didn't know if it was going to be a disaster or a success or what was going to happen, and I just loved that happened. I would say I found the climax of the movie. The fight was good. The fact the kid used the other robot that's introduced, like when they fight in the basement.
It's the Rock'em Sock'em robot moment.
That was
so set up.
I guess I wish I had it was super set up, and I guess that I wish that I had wanted. I thought the climax was going to be at the auditorium where all the people are. Like I liked it when Megan came out of the elevator, and having killed that person, all the kids were like. I thought the climax was going to be more like just larger, and so when it went back to the house and they had that kind of small scale fight in the basement, I was slightly overwhelmed, but it wasn't bad. But I can understand if there was too many people, then they could have just crowded up on Megan and killed Megan. They had to make the fight challenging, But
yeah. Well, speaking of that, one of the things I do wish that this movie had, this was in the theater PG-13, and I know that there was an unrated version that was on Peacock, but I felt like this movie could have gone harder.
Yes,
that's the one thing.
Yeah,
and I understand. I felt like this movie was definitely marketed toward teenagers, and I think that felt very obvious. I would have liked this movie to have gone a little bit harder, to have a higher body count. For Megan too, I know it seems weird for me to say that, but I'm not saying it has to go extremely ultra violent, but it could have. This movie could have been a lot more gory. Megan could have gone completely ballistic, berserk on people, and it felt like it was tamed down.
Yeah, it could have been a lot bloodier. Yeah,
they needed a few more kills, I think, in the third act. Because I think it, I don't know what really how to put it, but it felt like it was missing a few. Like her two assistants survived at the end.
Yeah,
and not that I don't wish death upon people or anything like that, but I felt like there were opportunities to really villainize Megan even more. But that's the only thing I want to say is that there definitely could have been a higher body count to lean into a harder R movie. And the only difference really between...
This is where projects come to life. Our showrooms are designed to inspire with the latest products from top brands, curated in an inviting, hands-on environment, and a team of industry experts to support your project. We'll be there to make sure everything goes as planned, from product selection to delivery coordination. At Ferguson Bath, Kitchen, and Lighting Gallery, your project is our priority.
Schedule your showroom consultation and see more from brands like Monogram at build.com/Ferguson.
The PG-13 and the unrated versions, that the death scenes had a few seconds here and there added in, like when Brandon, I think it was the boy that was had that kind of that brutal moment where Megan's pulling on his ears. You see the ears get snapped off a little bit in the unrated version, and in the PG-13 you don't see it. It's not as gory, but not much is really different about these movies.
When I was a young girl, I had a doll that was 4 feet tall, blonde hair, had the same outfit that Megan has, but it was blue, and had white shoes, and she sat in my bedroom by the window every night. And all I could think was oh my God, that's my doll right there. Except it didn't talk. But I could swear that at night she will come alive and I will hide under my blanket scared to death of that doll.
Why did you
To
leave
date,
it there? Like,
I don't know. My mom would put it there, and I was just like, today I don't like dolls. I think it's because I was scared. I was scared to death of that doll, and it's beautiful, beautiful doll. But it was almost like my size, and I'm like 6 years old, and I'm not a tall person. So I actually ended up giving it away to some of the poor kids in my neighborhood. I said, you can take. I didn't like Barbies. I don't like dolls, and I didn't like Barbies either. And so, but I probably would have enjoyed having a robot. Yeah.
hopefully it didn't kill them.
But yeah, she was. So watching this film, it kind of brought me back to my bedroom when I was younger, and I was just like, this is, in that sense, when she sat alone in that room by herself, that was kind of creepy for me. I didn't like that. That was like one of the creepy parts of the movie, but I really truly enjoy her, getting rid of the bullies.
Yeah.
I know that's horrible, but I actually was rooting for M3GAN. Yes, M3GAN.
Yeah. I know that the ending was mentioned before. I do want to say that I actually really did, even though the ending felt kind of small in that basement, but I thought that was actually really well done. And especially how when M3GAN is starting to malfunction, she does all those like herky-jerky movements. And that leads to the point where Allison character starts to peel away at M3GAN's face, and you start to see like the eyes and then like the brain of M3GAN, and it's an obvious homage to Terminator, especially when she's ripped apart and she's crawling away and half of her body is still going. I loved that part.
That was really cool, and I like that part too. I felt like when like some of her hair was like torn off or something, that was supposed to be kind of creepy looking.
That was Chucky.
It
that
was
Chucky
and I
all
thought
the way.
that kind of like slightly under-delivered a little bit. The climax I just wish was a little bigger, but I still did like the fight. Like, it was clever.
And of course, the movie did very well. On a budget of $12 million, it grossed 173. So we will be getting M3GAN 2.0 in less than 2 years. So this movie did very well in the box office at a low price tag. And of course it's going to happen because if you noticed in the movie, they were smart enough to set up how they're going to make the second one, because I think it's Kurt, who is one of the employees who does bite it in the elevator. He has this really wonderful scene where his boss catches him and asks him, "Are you downloading porn again?" Which is a kind of a funny line, because clearly he's done this before. And he's got the folder on his computer called Kurt's Files, which of course everybody has. On my computer, I have Nathan's Files, of course.
Right.
But and he's the leak. And of course, the next movie, you're going to have all the knockoff M3GANs. Hey, by the way, yeah.
I hope the sequel goes for an R rating. It could get away with it, like it should,
Oh, totally. I mean, these Blumhouse movies, like I am surprised. A movie coming out in January, this time of year, I was kind of surprised, because it could. I don't know if it would have made this kind of money though. That's the thing. That's the reason why. Oh, they gotta get this $10,000 price tag down, because who's buying a $10,000 doll?
Right. Yeah, that's insane. Yeah.
You'd be surprised. Plenty of millionaires, billionaires out there do anything for their kids. Forget boarding school. We'll just get you M3GAN, and you can just get busy with M3GAN, and we
get busy with M3GAN.
Whatever.
Well, we all know that we are on the precipice of, sex dolls probably having this type of technology in them, so
it's crazy. No,
get busy with candy, get busy, this is probably already out. This is probably already here.
Was it, there's a part, the elevator scene where the assistant is like, after he killed the boss, and she comes in and she said, and she's like telling him, she's obviously gonna set him up, to say that he killed the boss. And he says, will you be okay? Something to that effect. And she said, will you be okay saying that, that you killed, I think he says you killed them. And he says, oh yeah. I have no problem saying that I've killed them. I've killed them. And she just kills the assistant anyway. But I think he was trying to get away from not getting cut.
I think we're good with our discussion of M3GAN. So let's move on to our recommendation shelf. This is where we each recommend a film that is within the same theme or genre of our feature review. This week, we are discussing AI, robotic uprising films. Let's see who wants to go first this week, Ellie or Sam?
I will.
How about you go first, Nathan?
You want me to go first? I will go first.
Yeah.
I put past the buck, but I'm going to go first this week. The film that I am going to recommend, well, here's what I'll say. During the formative years of my childhood, for a period of time, I probably watched 4 films over and over and over and over. This is probably around late 1982 through middle of 1983, early 1983. So I watched The Empire Strikes Back, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Rocky III, and Tron over and over. And Tron is the movie that I am recommending as my artificial intelligence robotic uprising movie. And this is how I think it ties in. So basically, I haven't watched this in a while. Probably last time I watched it was right before I watched Tron Legacy, which I think came out in 2010. But I've probably seen this movie as much as any film of my entire life, probably easily 30 or 40 times in my life. I've lost count. It's definitely my first exposure to one of my all-time favorite actors, Jeff Bridges. He's so charming in this film as Kevin Flynn, an outcast computer programmer and video game developer who's sucked into cyberspace by the MPC, the Master Control Program. What makes this film, I think, so unique and groundbreaking for its time is the special effects in the computer-generated images. There are so many iconic moments from this film that have entered our zeitgeist. The light cycle scenes, the discs game. It's kind of like an early version of Squid Game in a way. This film had a major influence on other films in pop culture that I think still are sticking around 40 years later. The effects are quite dated, but I think a lot of it still holds up well. So it's a hell of a lot of fun, and it's because it had such a grand and unique vision. I think it still holds up story-wise. Unfortunately, the film is seen kind of as a commercial failure for Disney, so they scrapped a lot of plans and to do sequels, which I think is unfortunate. We did get the 2010 Tron Legacy, which I thought was a worthy sequel / reboot. I think I might be in the minority on that, but I think it's worthy because the Master Control Program is an evil program that takes over the mainframe and rules it in a tyrannical way.
I've got a little challenge for you, Sark. A new recruit. He's a tough case, but I want him treated in the usual manner. Train him for the games, let him hope for a while, and blow him away.
You got it. I've been hoping you'd send me somebody with a little bit of guts. What kind of program is he?
He's not any kind of program, Sark. He's a user.
A user?
That's right. He pushed me in the real world. Somebody pushes me, I push back, so I brought him down here. What's the matter, Sark? You look nervous.
Well, it's just... I don't know, user, I mean... Users wrote us. A user even wrote you.
No one user wrote me. I'm worth millions of their man years.
What if I can't?
You rather take your chances with me? Want me to slow down your power cycles for you?
Wait! I need that!
Then pull yourself together. Get this clown trained. I want him in the games until he dies playing. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
That's my pick. So Tron is streaming on Disney Plus right now, and it's available on VOD.
Very interesting. I don't think I've ever seen Tron.
Well, now I know what I might make you watch.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Couldn't be any worse than what Sam would make me watch.
So I would recommend, particularly for Robot Uprisings, 2004's I, Robot, starring Will Smith and directed by Alex Proyas. I really like this movie. It's based off an Isaac Asimov novel, Isaac, and it is very suspenseful. I really like the screenplay. It's very tight. It's a good thriller, and robots and artificial intelligence takes over and is has to be destroyed because it's like, quote unquote protecting people, but trapping everyone in the city and stuff like that. And it's a good story because Will Smith is essentially a detective who is prejudiced against robots and artificial intelligence. And so he makes for an interesting character to kind of navigate the mystery.
Robots, you will not move. Confirm command.
Command confirmed.
Detective, what are you doing?
Well, you said they've all been programmed with the 3 laws, so that means we have 1,000 robots that will not try to protect themselves if it violates a direct order from a human. And I'm betting one who will.
Detective, put your gun down.
Why do you give them faces? Try to friendly them all up, make them look all human.
These robots are not susceptible to intimidation.
I guess if you didn't, we wouldn't trust them.
These robots are USR property.
Not me. These things are just lights and clockwork.
It's a good thriller. I find the screenplay really tight. It's involving really good cinematography by Simon Dugan, and it's just an all-around good movie. So definitely qualifies as a Robot Uprising movie. Came out in the summer of 2004, was released on July 16th, and I believe it had a $54 million opening weekend, which was very good.
Yeah, and I have some swag from that opening weekend. I remember prior to it coming out, there was a big campaign, and I forget what it was. It's somewhere on a shelf somewhere. It's probably in a box now, but it's a countdown timer to the opening of iRobot, and something was supposed to do something on the day of its release. And I got it like 2 months before it came out, maybe July of 2004, like July 4th of 2000 or something. It was July 2004, I think. I forget. But it was counting down to the release date, and something's supposed to happen with this device. The robot uprising, clearly.
I vaguely remember, probably the robot uprising, and there's some graphic. I vaguely remember that, but yeah, that sounds familiar.
And I wish I could find it now. It probably ran out of batteries by now. I don't know. It was a beeping thing, light flashing, and it drove my wife nuts. Like, why do you have this thing? Like, it's something happens in 3 weeks. I must keep it.
Like the Pink Floyd album Pulse, it's got that flashing light on it.
Yes. I don't know. Maybe a listener can shed some light as to what happened with this thing. Oh, well. All right, Ellie.
For me, it's her.
Yes, her. Is that Spike Jonze? Was that Spike Jonze? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, it's
yes.
It's the director is Spike Jonze, and obviously Joaquin Phoenix is lead actor and one of my top favorite actors in the world. And so I truly enjoy it. It's a while back I saw the movie, but the bits and pieces that I remember. By the way, Scarlett Johansson, sexy voice. I can only try to be that sexy with my voice, but she's got this sort of seductive, very delicious voice in that film. Very delicious. And to me, the idea of being at work and IT coming to upgrade my computer to a new operating system, and that operating system takes over and starts talking to me, and it's a sexy male on the other side, it will catch my attention. So this is the story of, obviously, what's his name in the Theodore. It's Joaquin's name in the movie, and he is, he's going through a heartbreak from his divorce. He just got divorced. He's he's probably living in this world where, how sometimes people feel like they're losers, men sometimes, like, oh, she left me, and he's not. He wears these big glasses and these high top pants, like he looks like a nerd, and he writes cards, like Hallmark cards, I think, maybe, for other people, like for people that can't tell their significant other how much they love them because they don't have that articulation with their thoughts and to express it. So that's his job. And so he meets Samantha, the voice inside the computer, and basically starts a relationship with her. I love it. So it's kind of like a sci-fi love story.
It is a really good movie. It is a good movie, and I look forward to revisiting it soon. So, okay, so that's our recommendation shelf for this week. Let's get into our wrap up, and before I do that, I just mentioned 2 upcoming releases coming out this weekend. As we mentioned earlier in the show, Scream 6 is coming out this Friday. That's March 10th. This is same directing team as Scream 5, Matt Bettinelli, Open, and Tyler Gillett. The description is this: in this next installment, the survivors of Ghostface killings leave Woodsboro behind and start a fresh chapter in New York City. So that comes out this weekend. Also in wide release is Champions, directed by Bobby Farley. This is one of the 2 Farley brothers, written by Mark Rizzo, former minor league basketball coach. This is the Woody Harrelson led film. Former minor league basketball coach is ordered by the court to manage a team of players with intellectual disabilities. He soon realizes that despite his doubts, together this team can go further than they ever imagined. So those are the 2 films coming out in wide release this weekend. Either of those interest either of you?
Scream 6 for sure.
Scream 6. Not you, Ellie. I know that. I'm going to try to... I'm looking forward to Scream 6 at some point the next couple of weeks. So we'll see. That is our show, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Back to the Frame Rate is part of the Weston Media Podcast Network. Please subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes or Apple Podcasts. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Back to the Frame Rate, and on Twitter at Back Frame Rate. We need to get a better handle at some point. You can email us directly at backtotheframerate@gmail.com. Soon we're going to have a new website up and running. We're getting there, very close. Looking forward to making that announcement soon. And that is our show, everyone. Have a great week.
I want you to know it's over.
Well, bye.
This is where projects come to life. Our showrooms are designed to inspire with the latest products from top brands, curated in an inviting, hands-on environment, and a team of industry experts to support your project. We'll be there to make sure everything goes as planned, from product selection to delivery coordination. At Ferguson Bath, Kitchen, and Lighting Gallery, your project is our priority.
Schedule your showroom consultation and see more from brands like Monogram at build.com/Ferguson.
This is where projects come to life. Our showrooms are designed to inspire with the latest products from top brands, curated in an inviting, hands-on environment, and a team of industry experts to support your project. We'll be there to make sure everything goes as planned, from product selection to delivery coordination. At Ferguson Bath, Kitchen, and Lighting Gallery, your project is our priority.
Schedule your showroom consultation and see more from brands like Monogram at build.com/Ferguson.